पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक में अगर आपको एंटर करना है, देयर आर 2 ways of entering the bank.
बट वहाँ पे ग्रोथ कैसे होती है?
This is a sector which is a never ending sector. कभी इसमें वैसा नहीं आएगा कि रिसेशन आ रहा है. Even if recession is there, banks will always be there. आपका करियर ग्रोथ डिसाइडेड है, पहले से डिसाइडेड है कि कितने साल में आपको अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलेगी नेक्स्ट स्केल में जाने के लिए. जैसे 3 से 4, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द बैंक, 3 से 4 साल में आप असिस्टेंट मैनेजर से डेप्यूटी मैनेजर बनते हो. अगले 3 से 4 साल में आप
फॉर दोज पीपल हु आर ऑलरेडी इनटू बैंकिंग,
यस,
जो पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक्स में,
जी,
CFA and FRM कैसे हेल्प कर सकते हैं और आपको कैसे हेल्प किया?
With the knowledge of CFA and FRM, we are able to tell him that how he can invest so that with his risk tolerance, he will be able to achieve his goal.
Okay.
So this knowledge has actually helped me to advise my clients.
If suppose a new student or a college student who wants to get into commercial banking,
Yes.
it can be private, it can be public sector.
Yes.
What should be his thought process?
Take one at a time and be clear first. Be clear first means which direction you want to go. You want to go towards the investment banking or you want to go to the risk management.
And how did you manage your preparation for, because you've cleared both in first attempt?
Yes, yes.
So how did you manage it along with your full-time job, especially
Yes.
in a public sector bank?
Yes, yes. There is one answer to everyone who wants to do this. That is, you need to have a very, very strong why. Why you want to do this?
Hello guys, I hope everybody is doing good. Hi, my name is Ganesh Nayak and I'm in Bangalore, R Namma Mangaluru, and we're going to be having a quick podcast with Hemant Adhikari, and he's going to be talking about his journey into the commercial banking space and what all things he has learned and how somebody can make a career in commercial banking. So let us start with the discussion, and this podcast is going to be mix of Hindi and English. So सबसे पहले तो हेमंत सर, आप थैंक यू वेरी मच, आपने टाइम निकाला बात करने के लिए, और एक क्विक ब्रीफ आपके करियर के बारे में, आपने अभी तक कहाँ काम किया, कैसे काम, ब्रॉडली.
जी, एक्चुअली मैंने पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक ज्वाइन किया था 2001 में एज ए प्रोबेशनरी ऑफिसर. तो वहाँ से मेरा जर्नी स्टार्ट हुआ. तो स्टार्टिंग में प्रोबेशन होता है वहाँ 2 साल का. उसके बाद मैंने जो इंडस्ट्रियल फाइनेंस होता है उसमें करीब 2-3 साल काम किया, जिसमें ट्रेड फाइनेंस भी इंक्लूडेड था, एक्सपोर्ट इम्पोर्ट ट्रांजेक्शन ऑफ द क्लाइंट्स वी वर हैंडलिंग. देन आई वाज सेलेक्टेड इन आवर बैंक एज ए ट्रेडर. I was a fixed income trader for 4 or 5 years. I was in the Treasury, so I was able to see the entire functions of Treasury. So from there, because in public sector bank, we have to do this mandatory branch banking. So I came to Karnataka to do my branch banking. So for 7 years, I was there as a branch manager. So branch manager के बाद, then again I got an opportunity to work in a primary dealer.
Wow. Okay.
As a primary dealer, so we were primary dealer managing the borrowing program of Government of India. So there we were underwriting the borrowing of Government of India, and then around 5 years I was there. Then after that, again I have moved back to the bank from the subsidiary. That was a subsidiary of the bank. Then I have come back to the bank now. Now I am taking care of the retail banking. Retail banking में हम क्या कर रहे हैं? I have been given 2 districts. इन 2 डिस्ट्रिक्ट्स का जितना भी होम लोन होता है मेरी टीम करती है. So right from processing, sanction, disbursement, everything my team is taking care.
Okay, wonderful. So पहले तो हम एक पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक के रिलेटेड कुछ क्वेश्चंस पूछते हैं
जी
कि अगर किसी को करियर बनाना है उसमें
जी,
तो कैसे बनता है करियर और ग्रोथ कैसे होती है?
जी, बेसिकली गणेश जी, क्या होता है, पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक में अगर आपको एंटर करना है, देयर आर 2 ways of entering the bank. One is you will join as an associate. Associate means previously we used to call it clerk, support staff. You can join as a support staff. For that, IBPS one exam, they conduct an exam all over India basis. That exam आपको लिखना है, उसको लिख कर आप बैंक में एज ए क्लर्क ज्वाइन करते हैं. एक दूसरा होता है ऑफिसर कैडर, विच इज कॉल्ड प्रोबेशनरी ऑफिसर. तो पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक के प्रोबेशनरी ऑफिसर का एग्जाम कंडक्ट कराते हैं. उस एग्जाम के थ्रू जब आप एंटर करते हो तो यू विल गो एज अ असिस्टेंट मैनेजर. You will go as a probationary officer. Your designation would be assistant manager in the bank. Okay. So you will grow from assistant manager to deputy manager. Then your graph will go in this direction. लेकिन क्या होता है कि कुछ लोग उसका एग्जाम का पैटर्न बहुत टफ होता है, डिफिकल्ट होता है. दूसरा जो मैंने पहले बताया, एसोसिएट ज्वाइन करना, उसमें आप जब नॉर्मल सा एग्जाम होता है उतना डिफिकल्ट नहीं होता, क्रैक करना इजी होता है. यू विल ज्वाइन एज अ क्लर्क, यू विल बी देयर इन द बैंक फॉर 3 years. देन इंटरनल एग्जाम्स होते हैं. थ्रू द इंटरनल एग्जाम्स अगेन यू कैन टेक प्रमोशन, यू कैन बिकम असिस्टेंट मैनेजर विद इन 3 or 4 years डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द दैट पॉलिसी ऑफ दैट बैंक.
ओके.
सो फिर पाथ सेम है. So you join as a direct probationary officer or you join as an associate, then the path will be, after you become assistant manager here or there, path will be same.
बट वहां पे ग्रोथ कैसे होती है?
Okay. अभी क्या हो रहा था, अभी तक हो भी रहा है कि बैंक्स में एक्सपेंशन बहुत बहुत हो रहा है. और इस बीच क्या थे, रिटायरमेंट्स भी बहुत थे. तो जब बैंक को नेशनलाइज किया गया था उस टाइम में बहुत बल्क रिक्रूटमेंट्स हुए थे, और 879 से 82-83 के रेंज में. तो वो लोग अभी रिसेंटली रिटायर हो रहे थे. तो जो रिटायर हो रहे थे उनको उन वैकेंसीज को फिल करने के लिए बैंक्स ने पहले से प्लानिंग किया, बहुत बल्क लेवल पे रिक्रूटमेंट्स हो रहे थे. और अभी आगे चल के बैंक्स को और एक्सपेंशन करना है. तो जब बैंक को एक्सपेंशन करना है तो ग्रोथ हमेशा बैंक में रहेगा, क्योंकि एज लॉन्ग एज इकोनॉमी इज देयर, the bank's financial requirement will be there.
Right.
This is a sector which is a never ending sector. कभी इसमें वैसा नहीं आएगा कि recession आ रहा है. Even if recession is there, banks will always be there. तो ये है. यहाँ कैसे होता है, suppose I am talking about the personal public sector bank. Public sector bank में आप ज्वाइन करते हो तो वहाँ आपका करियर ग्रोथ डिसाइडेड है, पहले से डिसाइडेड है कि कितने साल में आपको अपॉर्चुनिटी मिलेगी नेक्स्ट स्केल में जाने के लिए. जैसे 3 से 4, डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द बैंक, 3 से 4 साल में आप असिस्टेंट मैनेजर से डेप्यूटी मैनेजर बनते हो. अगले 3 से 4 साल में आप डेप्यूटी मैनेजर से असिस्टेंट मैनेजर बनते हो. तो ये ग्रोथ चलता जाता है. तो अगर कोई सही से तैयारी कर रहा है, अपने आप को डे टू डे बैंकिंग के साथ साथ अपने आप को अपडेट कर रहा है, तो वो उसका ग्रोथ पाथ जो होता है स्मूथ रहता है. और वो फिर जैसे मैं हायरार्की में बताता हूँ आपको. असिस्टेंट मैनेजर, डेप्यूटी मैनेजर, मैनेजर, चीफ मैनेजर, असिस्टेंट जनरल मैनेजर, डेप्यूटी जनरल मैनेजर, देन chief general manager. So that way ultimately the chair or CMD of the bank the person can become.
Okay.
So basically what happens, those who are joining as a probationary officers, they start their career as a manager early in comparison to those starting as an associate. So their possibility of becoming a chairman is quite high. So इस तरह से पाथ मूव करता है. और एक चीज और, जैसे कुछ बैंक्स का, जैसे स्टेट बैंक का, बैंक ऑफ बड़ौदा का, दे हैव ओवरसीज ब्रांचेस आल्सो. व्हेन दे हैव ओवरसीज ब्रांचेस, व्हाट दे डू, दे प्रोवाइड एक्सपोजर टू द ब्रिलियंट ऑफिसर्स. इंटरनली दे कंडक्ट सम एग्जाम, उस एग्जाम के से आपको सेलेक्ट करके दे विल सेंड यू अब्रॉड फॉर एक्सपोजर. तो वहाँ कैसा एक्सपोजर होता है, यू सपोज PNB also is having, Bank of Baroda is having, State Bank having, they will send you one Frankfurt, PNB Frankfurt, State Bank Frankfurt. So there you will be managing the international affairs of that particular bank at that particular location. तो उससे क्या होता है, you will get an exposure of the international banking.
Okay.
एक ये चीज है, तो वहां से आपको आप ग्लोबली आप एक्सपोज होते हो. दूसरी चीज क्या होती है, हर बैंक का ट्रेजरी है विच इज इन मुंबई. मोस्ट ऑफ द बैंक्स, पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक, इवन द प्राइवेट सेक्टर बैंक, दे हैव ट्रेजरी इन मुंबई. सो एक दूसरा बात कैसे क्रिएट होता है कि आप वहां भी इंटरनल एग्जाम देते हैं. जनरली यंग लेवल पे लेते हैं डीलर्स, स्केल 1 और स्केल 2 ऑफिसर, असिस्टेंट मैनेजर, डेप्यूटी मैनेजर. दे विल गिव यू एक्सपोजर ऑफ ट्रेजरी. तो ट्रेजरी में क्या होता है, यू विल बी एक्सपोज टू एंटायर ट्रेजरी ऑपरेशन from back office, front office, mid office. You will be exposed in different segments, asset classes, as we have studied in our CFA and FRM, various asset class like equity, fixed income, derivatives. So those things that a person would be exposed, and if he has taken exposure of the treasury of a big public sector bank, so his career is open to other private banks, even multinational banks.
So अभी जो हम कमर्शियल बैंक में बात कर रहे हैं उसमें एक रिस्क टीम भी होगी
जी.
तो वहां पे इंटरनल मोबिलिटी जो है वो एग्जाम के थ्रू होती है
जी. बेसिकली जो जैसे मैंने आपको बताया कि ट्रेजरी ऑपरेशंस, you have to go into the treasury operation. Risk management is also broadly a part of the treasury management.
अच्छा.
तो आप जब उसमें एंट्री ले रहे हो, ट्रेजरी में एंट्री ले रहे हो, तो वहां से आपको रिस्क मैनेजमेंट डिपार्टमेंट में जाने के लिए ऑप्शंस मिलते हैं. तो बैंक हमारे वहाँ ऐसा, जैसे ट्रेजरी में आप बुलाएंगे, ट्रेजरी ऑपरेशन से आप रिस्क मैनेजमेंट भी जा सकते हैं. लेकिन क्या होता है कमर्शियल बैंक्स में, इट इज नॉट दैट वी हैव वन स्पेशल डिपार्टमेंट विच विल बी टेकिंग केयर ऑफ द रिस्क ऑफ द एंटायर बैंक. दे आर overseeing. But what happens at the branch level? Branch level also, a branch official, they have to take care of the credit risk. They have to take care of the operational risk. They may not be taking care of the market risk, which is exclusively taken care by our treasury team there in the corporate treasury. But every day, in and out, a banker has to take care of these two risks: credit risk as well as operational risk. So, miss, we are always into the risk management.
Okay. But जैसा आपने बताया कि ट्रेजरी एरिया में घुसने के लिए you might have to give an exam.
Yes.
Depending upon bank to bank.
Yes.
But एक बार आप उसमें घुस गए तो उसमें आप इंटरनली आप रिस्क में भी जा सकते हो या ट्रेजरी में भी रुक सकते हो, जैसे आपका पाथ बनता है. नाउ फॉर दोज पीपल हु आर ऑलरेडी इनटू बैंकिंग, ओके, जो पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक्स में जी, CFA एंड FRM कैसे हेल्प कर सकते हैं और आपको कैसे हेल्प किया?
देखिए क्या होता है, पब्लिक सेक्टर बैंक में वी आर एक्सपोज टू वेरियस एस्पेक्ट्स ऑफ बैंकिंग, और हमारे वहाँ क्या होता है, स्पेशलाइजेशन वुड बी फॉर अ सर्टेन पीरियड, कि जैसे आपने 5 साल 7 साल काम किया, फिर उसके बाद अगेन यू हैव टू गो बैक टू द नॉर्मल बैंकिंग, बिकॉज द कोर बैंकिंग इज द मेन for all the public sector bankers. So what we do, we will be having 7 or 8 years of exposure, then we'll be coming back to the normal banking. So for me, what happened, I was there in the treasury for 4-5 years. So there we were exposed to everything. And then I came back to the normal banking, where we will be dealing with the clients. We will be talking about home loans, talking about car loans, and personal loan, pension loan. So where you don't need that much of knowledge. So what was happening there, I was losing the track of what is happening fundamentally, what is happening at the macroeconomical level, and how the things are moving. I was losing the track. And during that 7 years when I was in the branch operations, I was losing the touch. So then what I thought, yes, what I should do. So these are the two courses, CFA and FRM, which will make you equipped. Though practically you may not be doing at the branches, because practically you will not be managing the market risk, you may not be doing this investment analysis, but it will make you a knowledgeable person when you are talking to your client with this knowledge. Because what happens in the retail banking also, many a time we as a banker, we suggest to our client what they have to do with their money, right? Okay. So what happens, a client comes to you, he will be having money, right? So he wants to take some advice from you because you are a business banker. So with the knowledge of CFA and FRM, we are able to tell him that how he can invest so that with his risk tolerance, he will be able to achieve his goal. Okay. So this knowledge has actually helped me to advise my clients. Okay. Both the institutional client, when I was a PD, working in the PD, for my client, their requirement was different, but I was able to assess which class they have to invest, how they have to invest. So this knowledge has definitely helped me a lot.
Okay, so basically it will help them in their day-to-day operations also.
Day-to-day operations also. And what happens, bankers are exposed to wide variety of the clients. And generally bankers are considered to be knowledgeable person, right? So but what happens when we are into the normal banking, you will lose the touch of this aspect which the client would be expecting from you. So this has actually helped to gain that knowledge and to talk to the corporate clients and to the HNIs confidently.
Okay. And have you seen that people move out of public sector bank and go to private banks in India, like ICICI?
Yes.
ICICI? Likewise.
Yes.
So that also happens, and the experience in a public sector bank is generally valued.
Yes.
Because you have seen so many things.
Yes. Yes.
What is your perspective on that?
Yes. Actually, as I told you, we have a career path, which is a pre-decided. Like after 3 years, you will be eligible to become a scale 2 officer, deputy manager from assistant manager. After 4 years, you will be eligible to become a manager. It is a well-defined growth path. But what happens when we go up higher in the hierarchy, it is a pyramid. So your chances of getting promotion gets reduced. And every year you will get an incremental income, unless your increments would be very, very limited. If somebody is looking for a expansion in his income, so this path they can try. So what they can do, they are joining as a public sector bank. While they are in public sector bank, they will be getting the practical knowledge by working in the branches in the various operations. Simultaneously, if they are able to pursue CFA and FRM, and now they are theoretically equipped with the knowledge of CFA, with this investment banking as well as the risk management, and they are equipping themselves with the practical knowledge of the various aspects of banking. So now they are the suitable candidate to switch to the private bank, even to the multinational bank. That also can be done. Many people, many of our colleagues, they are doing, and they are doing quite well in the private banks.
Right. So when I talk to a lot of people who end up doing CFA or FRM, one thing is slightly common which I find in public sector bankers, especially branch managers, is that they feel that they're not learning on a day-to-day basis. So that I think so. What you also mentioned,
Correct.
FRM CFA will help them
Correct.
to cover that gap.
Correct.
So, and if suppose a new student or a college student who wants to get into commercial banking,
Yes.
it can be private, it can be public sector.
Yes.
What should be his thought process, or what should he keep in mind that what is going to be their career in commercial banking?
Career scopes, as I previously told, it is quite vast, quite vast. But for that, what you need to do, you need to learn your work wherever you are working. And my advice to the youngsters, those who are joining the bank, they need to get themselves exposed, not confine themselves to the limited seat which have been given to them. Because that is suppose you are given a treasury, you are sent to treasury, you are assistant manager, deputy manager, you will be given one particular desk. So the desk would be demanding some kind of time from you that you have to give. Along with that, try to understand what other people are doing.
Right.
So that will help you to understand the entire treasury operation. If you are working in treasury, if you are in banking, suppose you are given an accountant seat. Accountant seat is just passing the checks or taking care of the operations part. But you have to see what the field officer is doing, what the forex officer is doing, you need to try to learn, because you may not get opportunity within 4 or 5 years to work all the aspects of the banking. So when you are working in one department, try to learn what other people are doing. And simultaneously, when you are at home, make a habit of reading and take some courses like CFA and FRM. And I will suggest to my friend, those who will be who are joining the bank, take one at a time. Take one at a time and be clear first. Be clear first means which direction you want to go. You want to go towards the investment banking, or you want to go to the risk management. Suppose you are convinced about one aspect regarding the FRM risk management, take it, complete it properly. Then think about going for the CFA.
Some other course.
Some other course of CFA. Because what I have seen, they will be doing CFA, they will be doing FRM, they will not be able to do both. Because both are very, very demanding. Very, very demanding. You would have also seen FRM means it needs lot of time after your banking hours. Right? So one thing they should take and learn as much as practically they can learn in the office. Theoretical knowledge or this wider knowledge they can get through CFA or FRM.
So just a connecting question: how did you manage your preparation because you've cleared both in first attempt?
Yes.
So how did you manage along with your full-time job, especially in a public sector bank?
Yes. For this, there is one answer to everyone who wants to do this. That is, you need to have a very, very strong why.
Why? Okay.
Why you want to do this? So I had a very, very strong why. That time I was posted in Bangalore. Bangalore means you are getting all study material, even institutes are also available. You have a crowd who is doing these things. So in our public sector bank, we get transferred in 3 years. So I came here in 19. So I had by 2022, I will be transferred. So these 3 years, I have to complete it. That time when I started, I was around 44, 45. So age was also against me, because after certain age, it is difficult. It is difficult. So I had a why that if I am not able to do it next 3 years, I will not be able to do it ever. So with that, I started. Basic purpose was, I previously told, I wanted to equip myself with the knowledge which I had missed during the past 7 years.
Right.
So with that why and this my eager to learn more, to learn deeper, I came to it. But it was a very, very tough period. 3 years were really very tough period for me.
Wow. Okay. Interesting.
Yes.
Now coming back to your experience as a trader.
Yes.
If somebody is doing branch banking.
Yes.
And wants to move to the treasury trader role.
Yes.
What shift in mindset is needed?
Yes.
What skills are needed?
Basically, that in public sector banks, they conduct one exam for treasury operation. In that exam, psychometric analysis would be there, one written test would be there. Written test would be how we have given during our probationary officer's exam.
Right.
So it would be like that, where they will be checking your numerical abilities and your reasoning abilities and your current affairs, how aware you are about them. And in the this psychometric analysis, they will judge your capacity of taking quick decisions.
Okay.
As a trader, we need to be very fast. We have to, because the market is very dynamic. We need to understand the market, and based on that thinking, we need to take a position. And sometimes we have to cut the position in profit, sometimes we have to cut the position in losses. So we should be very quick in taking decisions. That is the one thing which is needed to be a successful trader.
Okay, wonderful. What is the common misconception people have about commercial banking, which is not correct, or public sector bank?
Public sector bank. From the employee's point of view or from the customer point of view?
Anybody, somebody who's not a part of public sector bank,
okay,
and he feels that something is happening which is not correct.
Okay, I'll talk in terms of both, as a consumer also, as a customer also, as an employee also. As a customer, there is a feeling among the customers that public sector banks are slow in reacting. They are not that tech savvy. Now, if you see big banks like State Bank, Bank of Baroda, Punjab National Banks, they are equipped with the things which sometimes this private sector banks they don't have. And this public sector bank now spending a lot of amount in the technological innovations.
Okay.
So that perception is also, if you see some of the apps, this banking apps, if you would have seen some of the public sector's banks, banking app, they are so equipped, you will find that even some of the features may not be available with the private sector bank. So that is also changing. The public sector banks are also changing, and now there is also a class banking and mass banking. Both public sector banks are doing. For the class banking, they have started doing the wealth business. They have their wealth wing. Right. So those who are catering to the selected high HNI client or UHNI clients. So that is also changing. A lot has been changed. If you go and visit any city branch, big branch of any public sector bank, you will start feeling the difference. So that the public sector banks are doing a lot. And for an employee, generally people think that initially there is not much work in the public sector bank. That is a general misconception. They feel that public sector bank, it is a 10 se 5. This is a general concept, because what we do after 5 or 6 o'clock, our branches,
but people are still working.
People are still working in the branches. So it now, what it was 20 years back, it is completely different.
Yes.
So now workload is there, pressure is there. It is not how it used to be 10 to 5. So officers, they have a lot of responsibilities, lot of things to take care, because compliance is also increased now. So to take care of compliance also, they have to work hard. So that is a complete misconception that public sector bank, they don't have work. They have a lot of work.
Okay. One key advice that you would give to young guys, that how to make a long-term career?
What I will suggest, start early. When you are initially also I told, don't restrict to the seat which has been assigned to you. Try to learn, may not be practically, but try to learn the various aspects what your other colleagues are doing in your branch or wherever you are posted, and update it practically and theoretically, and try to volunteer whenever any person, your colleague is going on leave. Volunteer yourself, sir, I will take this additional responsibility. That will add a little bit burden, but what is happening over a period of time, you are coming out as a total banker, and simultaneously keep updating through CFA or FRM. One course you take, keep updating. Don't give very ambitious target. CFA assume that you have to clear it in 4 years or 3 years. Every year you will write one level. Don't make it that every quarter or every half year I will write. No. Okay. Plan it now that 3 years. For CFA, I have 3 years. Every year I will clear one exam. So that strategy, because public sector bank, we have to do a lot of work. Only study time would be available, that is early in the morning. You have to get up early in the morning, get up as early as you can do before you start getting ready for your work. Prepare your complete your preparation for the CFA or FRM exam. If you do both, working hard in the bank, learning a lot of, not working hard physically, you have to learn a lot what is happening around you.
Right.
Second thing is equip some CFA or FRM course. Yes.
Okay, so next we have a Finshot segment in which I'll be asking you a question and you have to answer fast.
Okay.
One skill every finance professional should have.
Human skill.
What go-to resource for finance news do you use?
Mint, ST Mint.
Okay. What's the future of commercial banking in one
It
word?
is great.
Okay. One piece of advice for every finance student.
When they have to
Only one.
work hard.
Okay. Okay. Wonderful. I mean, this conversation related to commercial banking will give a lot of perspective to students and also people who are working in the public sector bank. Okay. So thank you very much, sir, for taking out time and talking to us. This is going to be very, very interesting for a lot of us
Yes.
audience. Thank you.
Thank you.